Do you know what nobody likes to do? Have a hard conversation. Those are not fun, but they are necessary. And when we put them off, it just becomes harder. The problem grows, it becomes bigger, and then the conversation is even more difficult. So join me today as we talk about how to have hard conversations and how to lead well when the conversation is hard. Hi, friend. Do you feel called to more but struggle to know what that really means? I'm Pam Pegram, leadership and personal growth coach, and this is the Confident Christian Influence podcast. Here you'll find tools to gain clarity, grow confidence, and step boldly into God's plan. We are even going to talk about managing your time because, girl, that overwhelm is not meant for you. Grab your coffee and your notebook, or you might want to open your notes app. It's time to live with intention, lead with influence, and make a lasting impact. Are you ready? Let's go. Hi, friend. I've been meaning to talk to you about something. Is that how you start hard conversations? We're going to talk about that. But before we dive into this topic, I want to tell you about the Call to Lead framework. I'm so excited. I've put together a course that will help you have clarity around your leadership and your calling. It will also help you become a confident leader, strong and brave, courageous, and it also will make sure that you have Christ-centered influence in the lives of others so that God can use you to make an impact in their life. Hey, if that resonates with you, hop over to pampegram.com/called to lead and check it out. I would love for you to be a part of that. It also includes group coaching. It's a heck of a deal, so don't miss out. Okay, let's dive into our topic. This is episode 230, and we're talking about leading well when the conversation is hard. You know, sometimes we are so tempted to avoid hard conversations. We don't want to hurt anybody. We don't want to create any conflict. We don't want to lose a relationship. And we surely do not want to be misunderstood. But when we avoid hard conversations, it just creates bigger issues. You know, silence allows problems to grow. I mean, we can't be silent and just sit there and resent the situation. So, and the fact is that when we're silent, then we create an opportunity for negativity to grow. John Gordon has this quote. I love it. It says, when there is a void in communication, negativity will fill it. And so the fact that we're not saying anything is a problem. You see, avoidance leads to resentment on our part and on the other person's part too. When you finally say something, they resent the fact that you have waited so long and let things get so far out of control, right? And so healthy leadership requires that we speak truth in love, that we speak truth, but in a gentle way, in a kind way, in a respectful way. Ephesians 4:15 says, we will speak the truth in love, growing in every way more and more like Christ. I mean, it sounds simple, but most find it super hard. We either speak the truth and forget to be loving, or we are loving and we stop short of being honest when the truth is painful or when it's uncomfortable. Proverbs 27:6 says, wounds from a sincere friend are better than many kisses from an enemy. A friend who has your best interests at heart may have to give unpleasant advice. These words are valuable. I hope that you will choose to love feedback. If somebody loves you enough to say, hey, do you have a few minutes? Can I talk to you about something? And they speak into your life because maybe they see that you're acting in a way that's just not you, or that you're about to make a mistake because you've got a blinder on. Listen to what they're saying. Process what they say with wisdom and discernment. Pray about it and really seek to go, God, do I do that? God, am I messing up here? I mean, you want friends who will speak truth to you. It's a really good thing. Don't dislike feedback, embrace it. Embrace it. It's a very loving thing for others to do. So here's the thing too. We never want to talk about other people. We want to talk to them. Don't talk about them. Talk to them. Okay. So when hard conversations are not unloving, avoiding them is. Okay, if you want to have a hard conversation and you're not going to be unloving, you're not going to be unkind, well, avoiding having it is unloving and unkind because you're allowing something to go on that needs to be addressed. The second thing that I want to tell you is that the heart posture before the conversation is super important. Before you have a heart conversation, first of all, you decide to have it. Second of all, you check your heart and you check the motive. You ask yourself, am I trying to win or am I trying to help? Don't be a right fighter, okay? Am I reacting emotionally? If you are, it's not the time to have the conversation. And the third question is, have I prayed about this? See, before hard conversations, you want to pause and you want to prepare. 3 things that you do is be sure and pray, ask God for wisdom, humility, and discernment. And then you want to clarify the issue. Stick to the facts, don't over-explain. Hey, I wanted to talk to you today because I've noticed that you've been late a lot more recently than you used to be. Is something going on? Can we chat about that? Get right to the point. I remember one time somebody called me and they were like, hey, how are you? I'm like, fine. Well, what's been going on? I mean, I really didn't know this person. And I'm like, not a lot. The whole time I'm like, why is she calling me? Why is she calling me? She asked me probably 10 questions before she ever told me why she was calling me. And the minute she said it, I'm like, that's why she's calling me. She wanted me to contribute to something, but it would have been so much better off if she would have just said, hey, I'm calling because I am, this is the reason I'm calling. But hey, I want to catch up before we get off. But she didn't. And so you always want to get to the point quickly, okay? And then don't over-explain it. Don't go on and on and on because everything will be fine, but all of a sudden you'll talk so much that you'll start to offend. So be really careful about that. And then also examine your motive. Why are you having this hard conversation? What is the motive that is driving it? And make sure it's pure and good. Make sure before you have the conversation. Okay, then the third thing you want to do is you want to apply this really simple framework. I love a good framework. I love a good system. Keeps us from getting in trouble or helps us to accomplish what we want. And so this one is simply called CALM. CALM. You want to be calm when you have a hard conversation. The C stands for communicate the issue clearly. Say what you need to say directly and respectfully. I want to talk to you about something that's been concerning me. Very direct. Okay, A, do active listening. Pay attention to what they say. You might ask questions like, hey, can you help me understand what happened? Or what was going on from your perspective? And then you want to listen to what they say. Recently, I had someone come to me and they have people under them. And there was a girl in her department and she just wasn't doing her job. And the leader was frustrated because she's like, I was very clear. We met with her. We talked through what her job would be. And she seemed to really understand, but she's not doing it. She is not fulfilling the job description. And the leader was really frustrated. And so we talked about how she could handle it. So she went and sat down with the girl. And instead of being frustrated, she simply said, hey, I've noticed that this isn't getting done. I've noticed that this isn't getting completed. And I've noticed that you haven't turned this in. Can you talk to me about that? Tell me what's going on. And the person explained that they really had not been properly trained. They really weren't sure what they were supposed to be doing, and they agreed. They didn't know if the job was a good fit for them and really felt like they would enjoy working in a different department. So it's a win-win for both of the people. The girl actually was able to transfer to a different department. The leader hired somebody new who was a really good fit for the job, and nobody's feelings were hurt, and it was a win-win for everybody. So it's all about how you talk to people. And so ask questions and then listen. Okay, so the C is for communicate the issue clearly. A is for active listening. L is for lead toward resolution. Discuss what needs to change. What would moving forward look like? Ask some questions as you have this hard conversation. An example might be, hey, going forward, what would help us avoid this situation again? And see what they say. Let them speak into it. And then the M stands for maintain the relationship. You want to end the conversation with respect and with encouragement. Example might be saying something like, you know what, I really enjoy working with you and I want us to succeed together. I'm glad you're on my team. A hard conversation should strengthen relationships, not destroy them. People respect you for being honest and direct. You just have to do it with love and gentleness. All right, the fourth thing I want to tell you is there are some common mistakes that leaders make. And we've addressed one of them, and that's waiting too long. You don't want to wait. You have to deal with the issue at hand. Another problem or mistake that leaders make are bringing up multiple issues at once. And then there was that one time when it's too much. No one's going to be able to handle that. Deal with the issue quickly. That way you only have one to deal with. Also, avoid speaking emotionally instead of calmly. And another mistake is talking about the person to others. Do not do that. Remember, we said we're going to talk to them, not about them. The longer we wait, the harder the conversation becomes. Okay, and lastly, leadership requires courage. And y'all, Jesus modeled this for us. He always spoke truth. He corrected people, but he also restored people. So here's the key reminder. Hard conversations, they're not confrontations. Okay, don't have that in your head. If you avoid hard conversations, that might be why. Maybe you associate them with confrontation and you don't like confrontation. But you can address issues without being confrontational. That's important to know. Hard conversations are really more about stewarding people and responsibilities that God has entrusted to us. Let's look at Colossians 4, 5, and 6. It says, live wisely among those who are not believers and make the most of every opportunity. Let your conversation be gracious and attractive so that you will have the right response for everyone. Show love, lead well, and do the right thing for the right reason. Think about, is there a conversation that you've been avoiding that it's time to have? I encourage you to do what I have just suggested. Let's go back over quickly. Pray about it, clarify the issue, and examine your motive. And once you've done those three things, you will be ready to approach them and apply the CALM framework, which is communicate the issue clearly, actively listen to what they have to say, make sure that you lead toward resolution, and that you maintain the relationship. And you'll do a great job with that conversation, and y'all will be able to move forward. Thanks for listening today. Hey, don't forget, if you're interested in growing your confidence and gaining clarity around your leadership so that you can become a woman of great influence who impacts the lives of the people around her at work, out in the community and at home, check out the Called to Lead course. Hop over to pampegram.com/called to lead. Thanks so much. Have a great rest of your week, and we'll be back for our next episode soon. Oh, friend, thank you so much for listening to today's episode. I hope you were intentional and took just a second to jot down what you know was meant specifically for you today. Also, will you do me a favor and hop over to Apple Podcast and leave a written review? Do you know that by doing that, you help others find this podcast? And honestly, your words are such an encouragement to me. I can't wait to read your review and then to share it on a future episode. Now, let's go reheat our lukewarm coffee, and then let's commit to being intentional to make meaningful impact in the lives of others. Until next time, lead on, sis.